What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the Dusty Finish here on the Main Event Wrestling Network. And if you are unfamiliar with what that means it's Sunday night, it's the end of the week. This esteemed panel of gentlemen here and Chef over there, Paperclip Mike, are going to give you their topics of the week that stood out to them. We're going to chit-chat about them and keep it moving to the next one. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on everything that the Main Event Wrestling Network has to offer. So we got Tino in the house. We got Tim Vicious and Paperclip Mike and myself, Pluggo. Kyle was desperate for a host, so he called on me. Poor guy. He said in the chat up there, which one of us is getting fired first tonight? So, boys, who's getting fired first tonight?
Yeah, I'll be willing to step on the first frag.
I like how we just all gave up Tim. And everybody, including Tim, just gave him up. We're like, nope, Tim. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Thanks. Feeling the love.
We are all going to be fired tonight. Well, we got it was a crazy week in professional wrestling. I'm interested to see where the three of you gentlemen go. I am no professional, so I'm just going to go, and I'm going to get it out of the way now because it wouldn't be fair to Kyle if I didn't call out Tino and that hat of his for being just utter garbage.
Why is everybody always coming at me? I don't know what's the issue here.
Because I'm a Cubs fan.
It's
just the hat. You're a great guy. It's just from here up is a problem.
Is that a U in the middle? Is that an SUX? Is that what that is? I don't read Old English. That's a U in the middle, right?
Listen, I got to support my teams. I didn't choose who I rooted for. I just grew up a bit White Sox fan, so I don't give up on my teams.
We all make choices, but the reason that we all make choices, and you'll be my first choice to kick us off on this Dusty Finish with your topic of the week, and then let us know what it is, and we'll open it up for discussion.
Me? Are we starting off here with me?
Yeah, we're starting off with you, bud.
Works for me. Well, my topic is WWE 2K26. And, I mean, there's a lot of different type of topics we could talk about because this is the first year they have included and introduced the ringside pass. For people that don't know, it's like the season pass for Call of Duty where you have to upload tiers to go and get more stuff included in the game. But the problem with it is with Season 1, they have included all the players that we have played with in past years. So they are now making us unlock characters that we've already unlocked in past games and making us do that. And if you want to go past tiers, you have to pay $1.99. And, I get what they're trying to do, and they're trying to add content and everything else like that. But for somebody that paid $150 for the game, and that's not including the now taxes that they charge on the store, I feel like it's something that even if they were just to give us the DLC packs or give us like 5 tiers for free for paying that amount, then it would actually be worth it because it gives me kind of pause for next year to buy the game because you're paying a lot of money and then they want you to pay more money. And then they now just patched a way that people are figuring out how to get through the tiers quicker. So with Season 1 now being out for a couple weeks and everything, I'm interested to see how Season 2 goes and everything else like that with the game and everything because it does seem to die out. But I will say the one thing about this, I don't know if you guys are big video game. I feel like this is the best gameplay that they've had in a long time with the ragdoll physics now coming back and now being able to have things that we have seen in past games like Here Comes the Pain and Just Bring It and PlayStation 2 because those were my games. Those are the games I love playing. And it's nice to see the aspects that they've brought in from 2K from the past games now into 2K and everything. But with the game being out and everything, I thought this would be something that we could definitely talk about because there's been a lot of controversy about it and a lot of things that people have said good, bad, ugly, and it's just one of those things that's I feel like it's hard because they do come out yearly now, like the sports games where these games just don't change anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about that money, man. That's how it's going. That's what 2K does. They nickel and dime their players, and like I play a lot of NBA 2K, and I played my career over the winter because there's nothing else to do, and it just like beat you over the head with spending that money. So like I feel bad for people that are dropping, like you said, $150 on a video game, and then they're asking you to do other things for things that you already like you said, have already had. I haven't played WWE 2K since 24. I'm also really, really bad at combat games. I'm not a good button spammer.
I'm not the best either, so I just go and try to have fun. And that's the thing too, is like the gameplay. It's a lot better than it used to be, but for a while there, it was awful. And
They're taking a page out of EA's book. Instead of giving you the entire game right then and there, you have to pay 50 cents to get this level, and then 50 for this one, and then 50 for that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
yeah, and that's and that's the biggest thing, because you can earn XP or RXP, they call it, in all different game modes, but you get 100 RXP per match, and now they patched it to where the match at least has to be 60 seconds. So for season 1, it was easy because we had the showcase, we had the my.
Is that because they were kicking? Because everybody's beating the shit out of Eric Bischoff. Yeah.
I did it. I forgot what show
Rightfully
we were doing, or it was a watch along. I literally sat here. I watched SmackDown. I was live, and I played the game for like 45 minutes.
Whoa, throwing
phone,
stuff.
I know my phone fell. Sorry.
Getting that mad over
And
the game.
I got through like 20 tiers. But that still took an hour of me just beating up Eric Bischoff for 45 minutes and pressing the same 3 buttons over and over again. And that's not fun. Like, it's like, I want to be able to enjoy the game. The one good thing that they have done, though, is that you can play custom matches. I'm mad about it.
Yeah, I had to.
But,
everybody knows.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But the custom matches, they had patched to where they weren't allowing XP for custom matches. So now they did that. But you also can't earn more XP for season 2 until season 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So like all the matches I'm playing now don't count. So it's like I'm waiting to play other modes before I continue, because there's just, like you said, it's all about the money now. And it's just one of those things, like what happened to the being fun for video games, like plugging the video game in the 360 and playing it. Like midnight releases were so much fun. Me and my mom would go. It was like the one thing she let me do. We'd go to midnight releases. I'd play the video game, and I'd be able to stay home from school. And there was one year we went, and the Call of Duty and the wrestling game were coming out at the same time. And there was a stormtrooper. He was dressed up. We thought it was a statue, but it was actually some dude dressed up as a stormtrooper, and he scared the shit out of my mom. He was like, nice to meet you. And she like jumped back, like it was the greatest. I wish I had it on camera and like the old like 9 flip phone or Razor that were out. But
I feel like if you spend $150 on a video game, it should come with all the bells and whistles. You shouldn't have to unlock a fucking thing. But that's just me. Anybody else have any opinions on WWE 2K26?
I think that's just a video game thing in general. Is like my main thing is I'm a Diablo 4 guy. I've put in literally like almost 1,000 hours in the game. And they have a Doom thing because of the new Doom game that came out recently. It's like, cool, we're doing Doom skins. Like you can go into the store and buy armor for like your different characters. Like, cool, Doom Pass. They said Doom Pass in like the trailer for the new season that just started. Yeah, no, if you want the barbarian armor based on Doom, you got to go in the store and buy it. Yeah, you didn't say that.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do passes or whatever, cool. Like there's some things like I can get like the Cyber Demon head as a back trophy. Great. But like let me know ahead of time. Or my thing is, and this is why this doesn't bother me so much in Diablo or games like Overwatch, or I'm also a massive Marvel Rivals guy. If it's cosmetics, cool, great.
Sure.
But if I'm spending $150 and I'm not getting the wrestlers I paid for, that's my problem. If it's like singlets or t-shirts or color schemes, cool. I can do without that stuff. But if I'm spending all that money and you're not giving me Danhausen until like October, we have a problem.
And the last thing I will say is, at least back in like when they did it before, like at GameStop, they gave away like the collector Funko Pops. You remember like the Ric Flair WWE 2K? So they don't do that anymore. It's all digital. So it's like now I'm paying for digital. I don't even get that cool cover. It's just the CM Punk cover. So it just, there's a lot of things that obviously is a yearly game and everything, but we're all still gonna pay for it and play it, and, you know.
Well, whatever. You are. I am not. I am not. You are. I am not. And I like.
That's okay.
It's
and that's
true.
okay.
And listen, you could, it is WWE. They got to get that money, man. 2K's got to get that money. That's how it goes. Keep talking about it in the chat. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That'd be great. Appreciated. We're trying to smash some subscriber goals. We're trying to get to 400. We're going to let the chat keep talking 2K games. And while they keep talking 2K games, I'm just going to do true around the horn fashion. Just go around the horn to Tim Vicious and let him give us his dusty finish of the week.
Oh, baby, that's right. You got the 12th most recognizable dusty impression right there, baby.
Somebody mute this one.
My thing is the whole big rigmarole, however you want to say it, about with the return of Ronda Rousey. When she popped up at the AEW pay-per-view, I get it. The commentators and on TV, if you were watching at home, it was like a whoa. But the fan footage that they showed, to take a page from Jim Cornette's book, to take a line from Jim Cornette, it was flatter than a plate of piss. That's on how it was. And the thing about with her that drives me up a freaking wall, she'll go on these tirades and for hours on end, how her mom trained her to do this with judo and this and that and that and that, taught her to be a fighter and all this, that, and all that is all well and good. But if you're going to be taught to be a fighter, you also need to learn on how to lose. And if you go back and you watch her fight with Holly Holmes, she not only lost, she got put on the ass end of an ass kicking horribly. And she did not know on how to take a loss gracefully. And I was talking with my nephew on this the other day. Most MMA fighter, how most MMA post interviews go, the loser. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be a cardio fight, but I just got to train harder next time. Whereas the winner's like, no, I don't know what the fuck happened. I just went and threw a punch and I knocked him out. She thought she was the biggest, baddest alpha female out there. She was for the while, and legitimately so, but as time went on, other girls came around and were just as bad, if not more badass than her. Case in point, Holly Holmes beat the hell out of her. She lost her spark. And then when she went to go to WWE, it was, you're an MMA fighter, more so cosplaying, wanting to be a wrestler, as opposed to being an MMA fighter, wanting to learn how to be a wrestler, like Lola Vice did. It's just, the idea of her in wrestling just doesn't mesh. It's like trying to, I don't even know on how to best describe it. It's like water and oil, basically. Maria Shafir, legit badass, could see her killing it in the octagon, kills it in the ring. Absolutely love that. Shayna Baszler, killed it in MMA, killed it in wrestling. Absolutely love that. Ronda, she is I would love to say she's as monotone as the Bellas, but that would actually be a compliment to the Bellas.
May I ask a question, Tim?
By all
and this
means.
this isn't me defending Ronda, because there's plenty about Ronda that does not need defending, believe me. But is that Ronda's fault, or is that the WWE seeing this badass woman MMA? We're just going to throw her immediately into the title picture, right?
I think it's
like Shayna, Marina, Lola, all the other MMA fighters got an opportunity to learn and train and become what they are today. They took Ronda Rousey and they threw her immediately into the main event picture and tried to make something out of her. And it showed 100%. So, and I don't think you're wrong. I just would say, I would be like, that's a different, because Ronda Rousey was the most popular women's combat, women's personality in sports on the planet at a time of her peak. I don't think they gave her the right time to do her thing.
Yeah, and she was, and I honestly, to answer your question, I think it's a little bit of both, because another point, if you look at her book, when she talks about the triple threat at Mania, she said she pulled a Bret Hart move saying, well, I can't lose it to a submission. No different than Bret saying, oh, I can't lose in Canada. Like, the ego has to get put aside. If you're going to lose to a tap out, lose to a tap out. You can either do it in a quick 2 second, the second the move's locked in, or hold out for like 3 or 5 seconds and then just do it. Either or, take the damn loss. If you're being told no, you're taking the loss, take the damn loss.
Hello, Josh. Welcome in, man.
Hey,
Friend.
Hey, Josh.
Welcome.
I see. For me, I think Ronda might actually work in AEW better. It might actually be what the type of style of wrestling that she might actually take advantage of. And when I was watching, I was actually shocked because that it doesn't surprise me anymore with what happens in wrestling, because we either don't get it or it's just one of those things. But her showing up is one of those things that she might be able to do what she wanted to do in WWE, because it obviously just did not end well, especially with that last match that she had.
Personally, it doesn't sit right with me, especially with that video she did where she was getting her hair done and then just sitting there doing a rant and complaining about everything, and then saying, "Oh, she's not at home, so she can go and do this or that with her husband." All the while, she's on a part-time schedule, and all the other girls are working 300 plus days a year. And Becky ripped into her on that. Like, you're complaining about not being able to get home to make breakfast for your husband. You're on a part-time schedule, whereas all of us are on a 300 plus day schedule, working our asses off, seeing our house like maybe for 3 hours once a week.
There. Mike?
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, quick thing. Like, I see problems with both Ronda and then AEW. Because with Ronda, when she came in with the WWE, you want to make her a killer. Awesome, I get it. She's got the pedigree. She can be a killer. She does it once she started smiling and waving, that whole killer gimmick gone. Like, you're not, if you're smiling, like, hi, how are you? Gone. Like, she can't do, you can't be you can't do both. But the problem here with AEW is, I think they jumped the gun. If you wanted to bring in Ronda, great. She has a fight in May. You brought her in. Well, as far as we know, from last we heard, she's not officially under contract. But you just brought her in to maybe do things, especially you got Marina out there and all this other things. What if she loses? We're not going to bring in losers. It's like the story when Mark Henry went to go do the World's Strongest Contest because people saying he wasn't the world's strongest man anymore. He went to Vince, and Mark Henry's told this story. This is a very verifiable story. He went to Vince and says, I want to do this. He goes, yeah, go ahead and do it. I'll give you the time off. Just remember, we don't hire the second strongest man. Basically, he said, if you don't win the contest, you're fired.
Yeah.
So you brought in Ronda for all this thing. Great. What if she loses? Are you going to bring in a loser now?
I am praying to Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Gandhi, Zeus, even the guy that fixed my heater during the winter, that Gina beats the hell out of her.
I'm rooting for Gina. I love Gina. But, like, what do you do if Ronda loses? What do you do with her after because she can't wrestle for 2 months?
Well, she was supposed to. She looked like she was mixing up with Toni Storm, but Toni Storm is now out indefinitely. So.
Can she take some lessons on how to point like a fucking human? She points like a robot, like beep, boop, boop. Like, how does she not learn how to point in the year she can't do? I must
have looked back a little bit more fondly on that Ronda run.
She's posing like this.
Bret Hart didn't look at TVs right.
She's
none
doing
of them do it right.
Bundy when she's trying to point.
None of them point.
Take a lesson. She looks like she's doing the Al Bundy pose when she tries to point. She's doing the.
But that's a great segue, paperclip Mike, Chef Mike, because you know what you need to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, keep on chatting it up. It's Mike's turn. I know he's raring to go. I don't know if on your previous Dusty Finish, Mike, you've been almost last, but I just decided today for some reason to go in a circle. So I know you're chomping at the bit. What you got for us today on the old Dusty
we're saving
Finish?
the best for last, not counting yours, obviously.
I'm throwing us a little fun bone at the end here. I don't have anything serious, so
this is my thing, and
I like.
You know what? I'm going to say right off the rip, I'm partial to this topic. I'm very partial. Okay. Like, everybody talks about how there's nothing new, there's nothing innovative in wrestling anymore. You know, the WWE doesn't need to innovate or improve because nobody's going to top them ever, short of them going out of business. AEW is just a super indie or pro wrestling gorilla with a budget. They're not doing anything out of the ordinary. They're just a super indie with a billionaire. I'm going to say this right now. The most innovative and original and underrated promotion in the last 25 years is TNA.
Thank you.
Yes, because here's the thing. Did they fail? Have they failed lots of times? Yes, Claire Lynch, first of all. Reverse Battle Royals, they failed. The Asylum Dome match when the Hulk Hogan, they failed several times. But the stuff that they did and the people they gave a chance to would never have gotten a chance on a larger scale if it wasn't for them. Ultimate X is the most original match. It's like, cool, what if we make a ladder match without a ladder? Sorry, Randy. Shout out to my heels and faces Macho King I just picked up that totally elbow
Mike
dropped
is
off
so
my computer.
fired up.
To add what you're saying, they just brought Allie back from the dead.
Yeah,
Literally.
they've murdered. She's not the first person they brought back from the dead. They murdered Eric Young and they brought him back. They resurrect people. No other promotion literally resurrects murdered people. They have two. They've done it twice. But also, that's the best. Next Division, when it first started, was the best cruiserweight since WCW. They were bringing in, when WWF had their cruiserweight light heavyweight division, like most millennium, that they had like Tajiri, who, by the way, mad underrated, one of my favorites from the Ruthless Aggression era. I love Tajiri. Rey Mysterio Jr., Great Brown Hope's all-time favorite wrestler.
Yes, sir.
But
Rey
they get other people that were from other countries, but they were already established in America. TNA was bringing in New Japans. They were bringing in CMLLs. CMLLs. They were bringing AAA. They were bringing anybody in that they could for the X Division. They were bringing in, I'm going to be partial, one of the most influential wrestlers of this generation, Amazing Red. You know what? I'm partial. I will always be partial to the man that fucking trained me. But Will Ospreay himself said he's one of the reasons he got into wrestling. Not anybody from WWF or anybody else. Somebody from TNA is the reason we have the GOAT.
Yeah.
AJ Styles was homegrown. Samoa Joe. Eric Young, who his best stuff is from TNA. Robert Roode's best stuff was in TNA. Or they got Kurt Angle. I'm forgetting Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle. People forget that Kurt Angle spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE. And I'll go on a limb and saying Kurt Angle's best work in his career was in TNA. You had the Samoa Joe stuff, the Ken Anderson stuff, the Desmond Wolfe stuff, James Storm, who's doing great stuff in JCW, shout out Lunacy, his TNA, America's Most Wanted. They were doing tag stuff because WWE is allergic to tag teams. One of the all-time greatest tag teams of this quarter century, the Motor City Machine Guns, started in TNA. You have the Knockouts division, who, by the way, at the time that they had the Knockouts division, they were bringing in people I didn't know. I didn't know who Velvet Sky was. I didn't know who Angelina Love was. I didn't know who Awesome Kong was. They're bringing in people that could go. Meanwhile, Johnny Ace and friggin' Kevin Dunn are using their special magazines to find bikini models to make frickin' wrestlers. Nothing against the ladies. Not their fault. Gail Kim. Like, Gail Kim's best stuff was sure as hell wasn't in WWF. Her feud with Awesome Kong at the beginning. Mickie James' probably best stuff was in TNA. Like, I could go on and on about the wrestlers either they made or they made better. And people say just because they get 500,000 views on a show or they're on networks where people had Pop for two reasons. When they were on Pop, you had Pop for two reasons. Impact, Schitt's Creek. They were on any network they could find. But people think just because they're not on USA or they're not doing anything, they're garbage. But yet when those guys are on AEW or WWE, they freaking love them. Once they go to TNA, who's the most viral wrestler of the last 2 years?
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
Marco Stunt.
Yeah. Yes, but Joe Hendry's the most viral guy in the last couple years. Where did he come from?
TNA.
Thank you.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in TNA that's good, but there's also a lot. They have this really blessing that nobody's watching them, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That they can try killing people off and doing all this crazy stuff, and they get flies under the radar, and then people bring up, well, they do all something good
I
stuff.
said it before.
There's a lot. It's a good and bad thing. There's some give and take for sure.
And I'm not saying they're perfect. Like I said, Claire Lynch was
before.
one of the worst things they ever did.
I said
That caused a woman to lose her job in real life.
TNA is like the John Cena of wrestling, because no matter how many odds you stack against it, no matter how close it gets to the dead to it being killed, it rises above the odds and comes out on top.
Yeah, like Great Brown Hope's right. Joe Hendry came from what culture? Like, I know about the Prestige. I know prestigious Joe Hendry. But when the mainstream American wrestling, most people know him from, by the way, that was his second TNA run. He also did an ROH run. But when he went viral for his theme song, which I've got to do the claps live, it's amazing. And then I knew this was going to happen. When I'm surprised WWE didn't take more people from TNA from the TNA NXT angle, which can be its own episode. I can go on and on about that too. But by the way, PWI's most inspirational wrestler of the year last year, Mike Santana. Another TNA guy.
Fumbled that bad.
Oh, they screwed it. Once again, that's a bad thing. They screwed that up bad.
TNA is gonna TNA, man.
Yeah. But this should still be his first title reign, not his second.
I don't know. I was at Bound for Glory.
Uh-huh.
You want to talk about another example?
They shouldn't have won. They were booing him because they kept saying he was from New York and Bound for Glory was in Boston.
Yeah. They should have done it in Long Island. The man's from the Bronx.
Are you a TNA guy? Do you got anything to chime in on this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching TNA since it was on back in the day. I would go over to my neighbor's house because I didn't have cable at the time. My dad had one of those like cheater boxes, but it wouldn't work sometimes, so I'd have to go to my neighbors and we would watch TNA. And I always try to tell people about short hair AJ Styles or Bobby Lashley's or the Robert Roods or the X Division matches and stuff like that, because it was always one of my favorites. And it was always, for like me now, like I love in TNA and everything else, but like I kind of use like what I did back with like TNA as AEW. I love watching TNA back then, where it was just different than WWE, where AEW is a lot different. So it's that other wrestling promotion that we could watch that it's out there, and it's nice that it's still on. And I love the fact that it's on Now TV, where you can watch it weekly on Thursdays and stuff. And I love watching the people that we've seen so far on there and getting the opportunities. And I say it all the time, like, who cares what network or promotion they're in? As long as you can watch them, who cares? Like,
yeah, more wrestling's good for everybody.
Good wrestling is good wrestling regardless of the letters.
I'm always rooting for TNA. I don't genuinely watch them live because they the Great Outdoors Network.
Back in the
there was Destination America, one of the travel
I
channels.
had Destination America strictly for the only reason I had Destination America was for TNA and Ring of Honor.
They were on Spike. They were on Destination America.
I was watching the weekly pay-per-views.
Dude, same here.
I go weekly pay-per-view back with TNA.
What was I? Last time I was on the Dusty Finish, I was talking about TNA. You know, but talking about other guys who wound up getting a jump start, getting a fresh start on their career. Look right now, Macklin.
Yeah. Did he get fired? Did he get fired a couple weeks ago?
He came back. They signed him back.
I don't generally, because they counter program my podcast, so I have
as
to
they
watch.
should.
Whoa! Wow! I think I was being nice to you in your little chef hat today, stirring the pot, bro. Yeah. So now I got
two. So if one goes away, I got a second.
Yeah, Kyle, you need to catch your man. No, TNA has been super influential. I don't think that you could deny all of the people that have got to cut their teeth there on television. TV wrestling is important, and then they move on to other things, and that's when, like you said, we fall in love with them. So you can't discredit anything that they've done. Is there good? Yes. Is there bad? Yes. But that's every wrestling company. TNA, absolutely slaying it. So we got one more topic left of the Dusty Finish, and I just wanted to have a little fun here. I don't know if you boys have been paying attention to Thomas F. Brady, former New England Patriots quarterback, Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback, current owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, been talking trash to mainly Logan Paul. But the other day it caught my attention that he said some things about how wrestlers wouldn't stand a chance in the NFL. They'd get punched by an offensive lineman and they'd start crying. What wrestlers do is scripted and easy. They could never stomach him. Now, I know that he's angling more towards Logan Paul, and that they mixed it up yesterday. There was a flag football game where the United States flag football team, because flag football is going to be in the Olympics in 2028. So there was a flag football game. Tom was there. Logan was there, a bunch of NFL players, and Tom and Logan had a couple back and forths. One, do you think Tom Brady is correct? And two, are we excited for a Logan Paul, Tom Brady potential match at WrestleMania?
No,
We already got Jelly Roll in the mix, I think, for Mania. Do we have room for a second celebrity match?
No to the match, no excitement there, but I laugh at that considering how many guys started with football, then went to wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, Goldberg, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Trick Williams,
Moose.
Moose is a good one. Yeah, I found it really straight. And I know what he was doing, and we talked about Rhonda earlier. She made comments similar to what Brady said, and we flamed her all day, every day. But everybody's just kind of giving Tom a pass because they think it's the lead up to a interaction with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I kind of want more people to put his feet to the fire and be like, hey man, yeah, you're trying to build a match here, but don't put your foot in your mouth, so to speak, until you actually get in there and mix it up. Because as far as I know, Tom Brady's never taken a bump in his life in a wrestling ring. I know he's been sacked a few times.
I was gonna say he's hurt himself a lot, but
but according to him,
he's too busy making sure his balls aren't deflated.
Kyle put the like up at the perfect spot. Yes.
So
I can't. I just can't. I mean, do we think?
Is there any wrestlers right now that you think could go to the NFL and be successful? Tom says none of them. Tom says none of them.
Oba.
Give me Oba at linebacker.
Well, I could let Brock Lesnar go back to NFL.
Troy.
By the way, Brock Lesnar's number at the Vikings, 69.
That's true. That is true.
Well, if you were married to Cable,
I mean, see, but Brady was talking all that shit, and didn't Gronkowski tear a hamstring or break something in his first catch in the game? I turned it on yesterday because I saw Brady throw the ball at Logan and then say some stuff, but Brady's also the owner of the Raiders. Do we think he's in on this somehow, playing into it because they want something at WrestleMania to get people talking? Because I have my stepdad calling me, being like, "Did you see Tom Brady's going to be at WrestleMania?"
Yeah. Huh? That's what I mean. Yeah,
this is what brings you to wrestling is Tom Brady. What about everything else going on?
They are struggling to sell tickets, right? Tom Brady owns a part owner of the Raiders, so I'm sure he has some kind of stake in ticket sales at Allegiant Stadium.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Tom Brady has not talked to Gronk, because you brought up an excellent point, Tino. Gronk wrestled and did that run in the WWE over those WrestleManias. I think it was during the COVID manias, and was famously scared to take that bump that Vince McMahon, said, "You're afraid to fall 4 feet into some padding? Like, I'll do it." And Vince did it, and famously Gronk was scared of it. So I'm surprised Tom hasn't talked to Gronk about just how. And the other reason I bring it up is because
over the barricade and to help Mojo.
Yeah, he did the spot too
in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, so it looks like Tom Brady is trying to get into WWE here, guys.
I mean,
here's the thing, and I can see this a mile away. Anybody that has watched wrestling for more than a couple weeks knows this is 100% of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Vegas, Raiders, Logan Paul. Is Tom Brady going to wrestle? No. Is he going to do a run-in, talk some smack? Is he going to be ringside, talk some smack, like when Gronk hopped the barrier and helped Mojo win the Battle Royal?
Yeah, he's going to.
I see that happening.
Match at Mania is what's going to happen.
Yeah, whatever Logan does at freaking WrestleMania, Tom's going to be ringside, or he's going to be a guest commentator. This is 100%.
I forgot about that. That's right.
But that's what I'm saying is like. anybody that knows anything about wrestling can see this a mile away.
Sure, and you know,
And my problem is when you brought up Ronda, when Ronda was talking shit. The problem was Ronda was already in the world. She had already wrestled. She had done all this stuff. And she's like, oh, it's fake. I'm just doing it for the money. Whatever. You're biting the hand that feeds you. I guarantee what they're saying to Tom is, hey, we're going to have you do so. Because it was at Fanatics Fest. WWE, TKO has the big Fanatics
Yep. And
deal.
then it was, he was SI doing the press run for this flag football game. Yeah, so it's
It's
all
100%
in there.
what this is. The Ronda thing was real. This Tom thing, hey, Tom, we're going to have you do this, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I
Tom's
think
not,
Tom's
obviously,
also-
he's not my GOAT, but Tom is the GOAT. He's going to, where you throw some zeros his way, he'll probably do it. He's not going to get physical. Maybe he'll shove Logan or, you know, grab a leg or something, but he's not taking a bump.
We'll see.
But he'll
if
be at
he doesn't take a bump based on that comment that he made, I feel like then he's bitching out. Honestly,
he'll do like
I think he
something
needs
minor.
to take a bump because if he's saying
not-
how easy it is,
He's
then
not
show
doing a
us.
match. He wants a match. Like he'll come out and he'll be like the manager for whoever Logan.
Hey, I
wrestles.
didn't think Jelly Roll was going to wrestle a match either, and he sure as hell did. So we'll see.
I
I'm
see him
interested.
more in a managerial sense. Like he'll come out and second like whoever Logan Paul wrestles. Something like that.
Well, it looks like Logan Paul and Austin Theory are angling probably going to be Usos for the tag championships.
Well, there you go.
So that'd be an interesting
Tom
thing.
Brady's going to be yeeting at WrestleMania. There we go.
It's going to come out.
It's gonna be the
He's
Vision
gonna do the
versus
most
Pat
stiff-
McAfee and Gronk with
the most
Brady
stiff
as the wrestler.
heat of all time, friends. The most is there, but do we have room for a second celebrity interaction at WrestleMania here?
We
Are
have two
with
nights.
it? Yeah, I know.
There's two nights.
I mean,
But
that's
they have more celebrities lined up for WrestleMania than they have wrestlers. There's so many matches that still need to be filled.
for real. Like, who's Mello facing? Who's Julius supposed to be facing Tiffany? What are the other tag titles doing? Or
Yeah,
the
like
MFT is going to be fighting over a lantern still. Like that's my thing that bothers me about the celebrity matches is I don't mind them, but it's like you're taking away spots from other people. And yes, we're going to get the WrestleMania SmackDown, the WrestleMania Raw, the WrestleMania NXT, blah, blah, blah. But if there's something about being on WrestleMania, and yes, everybody can't be on the show, but it just, I don't know. For me, I just feel like sometimes it takes away a spot. But Jelly Roll will most likely be in a tag team match. I feel like he's leaning towards somehow. But yeah, Tom Brady
WWE's not
will
for
be
us
fun.
anymore. No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not for us anymore. It's a status. It's like UFC. UFC is not for the average person anymore. WWE is not for the average person anymore. They're doing this. See, look who we have. Like when they do. Oh, it's just like when they do UFC. Look who's sitting ringside. The fights aren't as good as they used to be. I used to be massive into UFC. Like the fights aren't what they used to be.
I
Like,
don't watch fake sports.
like UFC, yeah. But like WWE, they're what they want. It's like you to use a casino terms because we're in Vegas. We're doing Vegas. They want the whales. They don't want us. They want the whales. So they're going to do it. Look who we have here. You know who that is. Come watch us and spend $40,000.
Yeah.
It's like the people that spend the money to go to concerts and then they just sit there on their phone when they're sitting ringside. This is where we've come to.
We got one more minute on this topic, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's go real quick, rapid fire. If you could book one celebrity at WrestleMania this year, who would it be? Tino.
I mean, this year, you put me on the spot here.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm just gonna first person that came to mind because I saw a picture is Jordan Love. Why not?
Hey, there you go, Jordan Love.
Watch Jordan
nothing wrong
Love
with
get his
that.
ass beat. I'll take it.
Okay. Kyle's gonna be pissed.
Kyle's gonna kill me. He's gonna kick me
Him.
off.
You did kick him.
Oh God, Tino's gone. All right, I know Kyle's definitely gonna kick me off after this one. Sydney Sweeney, bring her.
Hell
up to the
yeah.
women's segment.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go. There you
I
go.
saw the housemaid.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm not
Get
seeing
her in the
house
women's
yet.
match.
All right.
Oh, I'm back.
Paperclip
I
Mike.
didn't get fired.
You know what? Give me Sabrina Carpenter. Let's have a tag match.
Hey, I like that.
Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter. Hey, if they can have Snooki and Kim Kardashian, we can have Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter.
Very cool.
Danhausen wants her there. Why not? Danhausen wants her to come to WrestleMania.
Give me Topanga and the Danhausen makeup coming out with Danhausen again.
They can sell more of those figures too.
They've done that already, but let's run it back now that he's in the WWE.
I do have a Danhausen tooth. I got it from a match. This is an actual event used Danhausen tooth.
Is it a real tooth?
I don't know. It's been sitting on my desk since I got it. That's from the jar of teeth. That's from the jar of teeth right there. I had somebody.
He said, "Hold up."
He said, "I got a tooth." That is a perfect way to close out episode 5 of the Dusty Finish. It was awesome to hang out with you boys and talk wrestling and everyone in the chat, but we'll go around the horn and you guys can plug your stuff. This time we'll start with Chef Mike. Start with me. Oh.
He said, "Not me."
Now we'll save Pluggo for last. We saved the bless for last.
Nah.
Find me Paperclip Mike everywhere. I just dropped an article about my trip to Boston last weekend. I did an article about that. Went up a couple days ago. The new episode 4 of Legacy. I'm starting that from scratch. While I'm watching the new ones, I'm doing that one from scratch. I'm finishing that up. That should probably be up tomorrow. And then the boys in the Blog Ward Order started our own YouTube channel where we do all our non-wrestling content, video games, movies, or whatever. It's called The Group Project on YouTube. I just started a series that's going to be trillion videos where I play every Assassin's Creed game in chronological order. And by the way, it's not Origins. It's actually Odyssey is the first one in chronological order. So, yeah. So we're if you wrestling here, non-wrestling, go to The Group Project on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. All right, Tim.
Oh, this is hot. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Take it off.
Woo. Okay.
No.
Woo. Well, I am on all my socials are Tim Vicious. My Facebook gimmick is Tim Ash. 99.99% of the time, if you go on social and search for Tim Vicious, you're going to find me. My YouTube is youtube.com/Tim23, the number 2, the number 3, Vicious. My show, Vicious Rants, I put it out there every Tuesday. We start recording immediately following Raw. It normally gets out there on Tuesday mornings, roughly around 1 or 2 a.m. We put it out there, and I constantly put out shorts for laughs, for a little bit of laughs, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of what the hell is make you question my sanity. I'm open to talking about anything and everything, whether it's wrestling, whether it's comics, whether it's anime, baseball, you name it. If I'm cool with talking about it, I'll chat you up all day long about it.
Heck yeah, Tino.
Well,
my man.
Let me come and hang out with all you guys, but you can find me at Tino's Time everywhere. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you have not yet, subscribe. And we are live every day, all day, as everybody likes to say. We're the Marathon Man. And if you know where to find me, we're usually live watching something. And with baseball starting, we're going to be doing some baseball watch-alongs and everything. So make sure to come and hang out. Tino's Time. But it was a good time hanging out with all three of you. And nice to finally do a show together, Pluggo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know I came in hot with your hat there, but you're a good guy. Like I said, from here down, everything's money, my man. I appreciate you boys hanging out. I'm Pluggo. You can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You search Pluggo, my face pops up. You can find me every Thursday night over at Love Wrestling CA on YouTube and Love Wrestling CA across the board, doing Between Two Beards with my guy, JPJ. Go to at B2Beards on all social media to know what we got going on as we head into the WrestleMania season. Every weekend I'm over there doing For Exposure, talking the world of independent wrestling. I'll be on the Wells Mania podcast this week, hyping up Squared Circle Expo. I will be there Friday night at Squared Circle Expo, checking that out, plus the Black Label Pro Show. And you'll just want to stay tuned to my socials, see what we got going on. And shout out, I'm going to do this. I know we got 30 seconds. Kyle's going to lose his mind. Shout out to my man, T.Y. Jackson, the LPW Grand Champion. He won it for the first time in his 4 years in the company. Last night ruled. Shout out to you, brother. And thank you for joining the Dusty Finish tonight. We'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.